Map number 2 here for Shanghai top left and Atlanta top right is going to be your Eichenwalde hybrid map. Simple point: capture the payload, move the payload. But here on defense first, it does look like Shanghai is going to be setting up. We have Ranger Hoover sticking on the Reinhardt. Chicken Nugget going to be backing him up on a Winston. Healer's going to be Mirst on your Zenyatta. Mirari going to be main healing on that Mercy. Damage is going to be Aqua Kid shooting that Soldier 76. And Ryutik's going to be sticking on the Genji, doing a good job from last map on Dorado. But on attack for Atlanta, I'm going to let my co-caster Ubi tell us what we got.
It looks like, honestly, they're running a triple support with more of like a Goats type comp, except they're running a Tracer instead of another tank. And that can be smart in some cases, and I hope it works out for them, because with this choke point, they're going to take a lot of damage, and with those supports, they are going to do a lot of healing.
Now, I'm trying to understand their thinking behind this, because Echo is basically going to be playing the role of a Devo or a Winston, which you normally see in the Goats comp. So if we'll be able to do a lot of that. Usually, and I like the Tracer, I guess, because there's not necessarily a lot of high ground. OS of base, Ace of base, going to be taking out Ryutik's going to be immediately come back up. So again, we're 6 on 6, but Rory has lost her res for another 25 seconds. We have flanking a lot of good job. Chicken Nugger does take down Ace of base in the back, because there's a lot of poking go up by the point. Trying to feel him out.
Honestly, I like the positioning of the Winston when he was in the little pot. Very smart, and he's very lucky to not get killed.
A lot of members of Shanghai are really low. Echo's going to take down Mirrors to finally get one down. A lot of swinging, a lot of healing. Echo getting both healers on the defensive Shanghai side. Ranger falls to Senior, and Chinchilla is going to take down Chicken Nugget. Aqua Kid finally going to follow to Super Mango, and Chinchilla also finds Ryutik. That's going to be a team kill for the first actual attack of Atlanta. It seems they got something to show for what they did on Dorado.
Very smart positioning by them. They ran kind of like a pincer comp where everyone's surrounded and they just kept getting smaller and smaller and killing more and more.
Oh yeah. We do see no changes coming out from Shanghai. They're going to stick with what they got, just kind of reposition and maybe win the fight, maybe more in their favor this time. The ult management right now, we do have a few ults coming out. That was a attempt to get an ult. Echo did not get anybody with a Tracer Bomb, but it does kind of charge pretty quickly. So right now, For Sure does have his Shatter. A Shatter coming up from Ranger, getting 4 members down of the Atlanta team, allowing Ryutix to come through and start slashing him. Aqua Kid does get some shots in. Senior Mango does take down Ranger before he is taken down by Ryutix, but then Ferrari gets him right back up.
That was some rough positioning by the Reinhardt. He could have been picked off very early on, but luckily he got that nice Shatter off, and Ryutix just completely wiped up that battle.
I usually see the blade coming out either by itself or when it's comboed with an ult, it's usually grab, but able to see everyone on the ground, slash through, and slicey dicey. But we do have
very smart.
There was 2 ults used for there, and Ryutix does get Echo in the back. He's trying to snipe, so right now Ryutix is above the team. And here comes out the visor from Aqua Kid, trying to find some people in the back line. Does get Knight. Chinchilla falls to Ranger, who's Fire Strike. Aqua Kid also getting For Sure and Senior Mango. Right now, it looks like Atlanta's got to back up and retry again. Only 1 ult used this time. They still have 3 in their repertoire for defensive Shanghai.
Honestly, the way they're playing this is super smart. I would have said probably for the 76 not to drop down because he could have been picked off, but honestly, they're playing this so well.
I do like that Echo has switched back to the Tracer. He did get kind of punished by Ryutix on that Widow. Trigger just kind of tickling in the back. Ryutix getting Knight of Life and Ace of Base. Both healers down for Atlanta. They need to back up right now. They have no foot to stand on. It's getting bled slowly and they're getting killed. Ryutix deciding to get the double kill on both healers in the back line. Both main healers in the back line. Because again, they are running triple heals. But that kind of just stops all their attempts at going forward when they don't have their big heals.
Exactly. I mean, honestly, I think right now, even though they have 4 ults, I think they need to start thinking of something else to change up because something's not working.
Now, they do have the Brigitte. Perhaps if we can just have everyone stick with her so she can hopefully try and deal with Ryutix, who does have Blade, because we do have 5 ults on Shanghai's side. We have 4 ults over on the attacking side, and Chicken Nuggets and Ryutix just poking damage because they have no verticality. Grab coming out from Atlanta, has Ryutix in it, but not enough to be killed. A fantastic Shatter from Ranger, able to knock down 4 other members of Atlanta Snow, and here comes out just so many ults. That's actually maybe more ults than was needed to win this fight, but Shanghai is going to definitively continue to hold this corner.
Yeah, they popped way too many ults in that fight, but I mean, they just that grab by I believe it was Senior Mango was definitely not needed, but it looks like he made a switch, so it's
I was using it to get it because you do need the verticality. You need a tank that can get up there and deal with people on top of the castle and above the point where they are. That does get Chicken Nugget to fall down. Ryutik getting Chinchilla, who'd switch off to the Hanzo, and Chicken Nugget to finish off Ace of Base. Senior Mango's mech getting kitted out by Mirst. Ranger Hoover going to win the Rhine fight, and right now it's another pushback and another successful defense. There's only 2 minutes left for Atlanta to keep pushing forward. I want them to do what they did on the first push.
Honestly, they just need to completely rethink what they're running.
Now they do. I do some
yes,
switches.
They've made a bunch of changes, but
And they're doing it again. I liked the Diva pick, and now they're going to be going more towards a... They're not dealing with the people on the high ground. Aqua Kid is on top of the castle with no shield. He can be punished. There are people... There's Chicken Nugget and Rutix above the point. There's nobody who can go up and get there. Aqua Kid going to take out Ace of Base. Right now, they are deciding to go through the castle to go take high ground, which I like the idea. Aqua Kid does it taken down. They're making sure they don't. The high ground is not useful when they're inside. Echo taking down Mirari. That's a great pick. They're kind of going around, trying to show them that they need to come back by the point. Night going to be take down Mears. That's some fantastic perks, and now they are going to be able to push the payload a little bit more around the corner. Ranger getting taken out last. That's a good stagger, and it's just left. Rutix right now is the only one left, and Chicken Nugger. Aqua Kid just got back in the fight. That was great.
Honestly, they're running what they did before. They're running the pincer. They keep squeezing down on their opponents, and they just win those fights.
Chicken Nugger does get Angry Monkey, killing Echo. Rutix does get for sure a fantastic advisor coming out, being countered by the Zenyatta's Transcendence. You are able to out-heal that very easily. Aqua Kid be taken down by Night on Night. Mirari does get Aqua Kid back up, but not unless she loses her life to Ace of Base. Yuji no KO again of Rutix going to be taking on Ace of Base. Echo does take the Chicken Nugget. Aqua Kid does take Seniors. Rutix getting a double kill on his blade, enough to push back Atlanta one more time. They do have They have time to get one more solid push.
Honestly, they could have played that a lot smarter than that. They just let everyone go freely at the end. They couldn't get the kills.
Now Echo did use that Tracer Bomb, just trying to get... Here comes out Chinchilla's Dragon Strike, just kind of separating Ranger right now, and they're trying to push on him a little bit, but they are going through the castle. They're letting Senior Mango be the one to be on the point, and a Shatter is going to make sure to finish him off. Need to get somebody on the point. Echo does get on the point right now. They're still a little bit flanking. They're on top. Here comes out Ranger River just swinging his hammer, do-si-do, with the backup of Mears being a Transcendence, is going to keep everyone alive to allow right now Shanghai's defense to kind of push forward, to keep their feet in the ground, not allowing Atlanta to come forward again, not letting the castle flank happen again.
Honestly, they had good runs with that pincer type comp, but they just let them get so free space on them, and they just fell apart at the end.
Fantastic first push from Atlanta did allow them to get several attempts around this very dramatic corner. I did like when they finally went through the castle. That made Shanghai react and pay attention to this, so they knew where to stick their foot in. Because once they stick their feet in, unless you find the back route, they're not moving.
You can tell they're full of smart players, but it just seems like their executing is fairly bad right now.
Mm-hmm. That's all right. We're seeing improvements. I like seeing what we're seeing coming out of them. Changes are happening, so it's not like they're staying stubborn. They are trying to make it work, which it's a whole lot better than the one trick that is getting countered on one team, and they're refusing to say that it's their fault.
I'm glad they're making the necessary swaps, and you've seen that it's worked sometimes, but I think they just need what Shanghai has, and that's that synergy. And I mean, they're working on it. They're getting better. They've definitely impressed me so far.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more of these. Both sides grow. That's the whole point of the Overwatch Community Cup. Make people get better or be a better gamer. I will keep stealing that from Day 9 because I love that man. But on defense for Atlanta, for sure, going to be sticking on the Reinhardt. Senior Mango going to be instead on the Diva, deciding that we do need the mobility and the verticality from a Diva or a Winston, so going with the Diva. Echo going to be on your McCree. Chinchilla going to stick on your Hanzo that he was doing well towards the end of that last push. Ace of Base going to be off healing on the Brigitte, hopefully staying with For Sure to keep him alive, and Night of Night going to be main healing on the Mercy.
Looks like Atlanta's running, or no, pardon, Shanghai's running more of like a dive type comp, which can work with this choke, but they better not get stopped by the Brig.
And the Brig will shut down either one of these flanking DPS. Hamster getting really low. Ranger Hoover almost falling just to the stuns and damage. Oh, it looks like Chinchilla was able to find Aqua Kid in the back. Rutix does get foreshore, and Chinchilla does finish off Ranger. Mirari does get Ranger back up. We do like hamster balls. They're going to be continuing to put... And it does look like they are coming in, and Ranger doing the initiation. Ace of Base getting that stun off. Both, and then we got Chicken Nugger coming in. Does get Chinchilla. Chicken Nugger getting Chinchilla. Senior Mango finishing off the Monkey. Rutix does get Ace of Base. And Aqua Kid does finish off Echo. Knight does get Ace of Base back up. Rutix does get Knight of Night after where he was trying to res. Ace of Base really low and going to be discorded just by a little bit. Mirari getting taken out by Ace of Base. Aqua Kid kind of finishing up both the mech and the actual person for sure. But that does make sure that Shanghai does get this second push. I consider that maybe a total for a very long first push. Echo does get back onto the point to stall just a little bit. He has a discord already, but it is going to be more or less feeding. That's about 5 seconds that he saved. Unless he can't get back in time, because right now he won't. An area to a minefield just in the side to make sure that they can't push forward to continue stalling this point. Maybe because he was going to switch. We'll find out in a little bit. But that does mean that Shanghai does get the point, and they're going to start pushing forward.
Honestly, great positioning by from both sides. But I saw that Shanghai got that res off, and it completely turned the fight around.
Right now we have the verticality from Shanghai able to get on top of the castle to try to stop people from getting free shots. Aqua Kid does fall to Ace of Base. It looks like we have a rally coming out. Eugene no KO Ken coming out all the way in the back. Does get Chinchilla. Transcendence coming out from Mears, trying to keep people on the point alive. There's only two members right now of Atlanta here. Oh, Echo's here on top as well, trying to do some damage. Chinchilla does get res by Knight of Night. They're doing a lot of sniping right now. Mears does get him. A Shatter does get Chicken Nugger on the ground, and hit into Dragon Strike does take him down. And Mirari gets caught in the tail end. Nobody pushing the point right now. Echo's just trying to stall as best he can as a Widow, which is really hard to do, especially against a Genji. Genji dashing through, almost getting taken down. Coming down is Ranger Hoover. Aqua Kid does get Knight of Night, the main healer, down again for Atlanta. Rudrick's kind of dancing, not getting contested at all. They're going to keep pushing forward. Is there going to be anybody to contest? No. That's going to be another win for Shanghai, but fantastic improvement already from Atlanta.
I mean, Ryu went almost untouched, and he turned some of these fights around. Like that last fight, that was unbelievable getting those picks off. And they may have thrown some ults out, but it did not matter to him. He kept slicing and dicing.
Here's that fat Shatter comboed with the Blade. Triple, quadruple kill, and it ended up being basically a team kill.
Very smart by him.
We do want to see perhaps Atlanta try and figure out... they did have the Brigitte, which is a fantastic counter to Genji, but it did seem that Rutix is used to fighting against Brigittas and was made sure to stay out of her range as much as possible. I need to make sure I don't use that one.
Honestly, I mean, that Genji needs to be stopped if they think they're gonna have a chance of coming back and wiping through them.
We're going to be chilling and waiting for the next game to pop up. But it is still 2-0 in favor of Shanghai.